Hello, everyone. I'm making this video for those of you who are in CIS 149 Intro to Computers. On the screen now, I've got the schedule, which I'll use as a basis to kind of guide you through this. A few things. Let me go back to Blackboard, just kind of run through a couple things, make sure you guys are seeing what I'm hoping, what I want you to see. All right, when you first get into Blackboard, you'll see there's a Start Here section. You got the home page, Start Here, and there's many things underneath the Start Here group, but one of them is the Start Here actual clickable item. We're going to click that. We're going to go there, and this is going to tell you what you need to do to kind of be aware of to get started. It looks kind of busy and it's kind of annoying, but I kind of made it look this way so you would notice that there's highlighted areas and things like that I want you to pay attention to. So in order to be considered in attendance to this class, even though it's online, we even do this with classes in person as well, you need to do an AV activity or an attendance verification activity. Got that laid out for you right here. I will not verify your attendance till you have completed the Getting Started quiz and completed Cengage Mindtap registration. So I'm going to go over both of those here. Basically, the Getting Started quiz, you take that verifying that you reviewed the syllabus, the schedule, and these other items that are listed under here. Once you have reviewed all those, you feel comfortable with it, you can go to the AV activity area. You can click here to take the Getting Started quiz. Once you begin the quiz, you got a couple of questions. The correct answer to both of those is yes, but let me tell you why. I have reviewed, understand, and agreed to comply with the policies, procedures, and instructions set forth in this syllabus and by the instructor as outlined in the Start Here section. You're just saying that you read it, you understand it. If for some reason you reviewed it and you don't understand it or you'd like to ask some questions, I would reach out to me before you click yes on that. But if you understand it and you're ready to move forward, do that. Second question is a webcam required for this course? And it did tell you on that Start Here page that it is required, and it's required so you can take it, monitored exams remotely. So you click that and you get submit it and you're done, right? Once you submit that, it's gone, it's done, and I will see it and I can verify that you are in attendance to the class. I have added an additional requirement for you to register for Cengage Mindtap, and I've got a couple of links here that basically lead to the same place that tell you what to do. So if you click that link that's underneath AV activity, you can also click Cengage Mindtap. They'll both take you here. Use this link that's listed right here as it is. This includes the code that ties you to the class that I've set up for you, and go through this process is listed here using the code that you bought from the bookstore and everything else. You will then be registered inside Cengage Mindtap, which is where you do the items on this side of the schedule here. Right? So you got two different places to do work. Now let me show you what it looks like to actually access the work and perform the assignment inside Google Quick Lab. All right, you'll find Google Quick Labs is underneath course content, which is, you see if we move down, we got Start Here, then we got course content, and the first thing under there is Google Quick Labs. All right, if you click that, the one that you got available to you, or the one that is for this class, Operating Systems and You, if you look at your schedule, Operating Systems and You, that's where you're doing the work. Let's see, where do we go? All right, so we're going to click that, and it's going to open up the Google Quick Lab learning area. Right underneath there's all of the items that you need to start paying attention to. The items that I have on the schedule for you to complete are the ones that are graded assessment items underneath the and let me show you where you find those. So everything's just in a row here. Where did it go? Come on. Oh, here we go. All right. So all this stuff is important for you to understand, so I would review and read all of this information. As you get down to an area that's called, let's see, graded assessments. Underneath here, you've got some instructions. You got the actual graded quiz, so that is the one, that's the first thing to complete. And the second thing to complete by this weekend is creating, modifying, and removing files and folders in Windows, right? So you do perform both of these items, and then once you get done with it, once you get the result that you expect, all right, so this is the lab right here, creating, modifying, and removing folders in Windows. There was also a quiz before, so we can open this up. It's actually opening up a lab environment for you to perform the work in. I don't want you to see that you do have two different things. You got this screen here to perform the work, and you've also got the screen that includes the instructions. So it can be a little confusing when you're looking at it from a recording perspective. If you have a dual screen situation wherever you're doing the work, or you can flip back and forth, whatever it takes. Let me find the instructions for you. So they're here, the instructions are here. So under the instructions, so we started the lab, we opened the VM environment, and the first thing it wants us to do is click the File Explorer icon, which we found on the Windows taskbar, right? So I've got this pulled away as a separate thing, so we want to click the File Explorer. Let's move this over here. So yep. So we have that open there. Next thing is open the search app for the File Explorer in the search bar. We're going to, so we got to the File Explorer ourselves. This is the second way to do it. On the left-hand side panel of the File Explorer, a quick access list of folders is shown. So it's got a quick access of folders right here. See, quick access. And the instructions want us to, you can add folders to quick access by dragging them in there. You can also remove folders. All right, let's get down to the brass tacks. Creating a folder, a file or folder, you'll first navigate to the location where you want to create. So navigate to the desktop by double-clicking it from the File Explorer. So we want to navigate to the desktop. We're going to double-click right here. All right, and then it wants us to, inside the desktop folder, which is initially empty, right-click anywhere in the white space, select New, and then select Folder. And then it's going to want us to name it My New Folder. Okay, so we're going to select New Folder, name it My. All right, we're trying to comply with the instructions here while also learning this. My New Folder, and then press Enter, which I did. So it says now your new folder is successfully created. So we need to congratulate ourselves, woohoo. Then we're going to go to the desktop and we're going to create a new file. Right click on any of the white space in the folder and select New, and then we're going to select Text Document, and then we're going to want to name it My New Text Document. I don't know if it's going to let me copy that, but let's try it. So here we are, we're on desktop. We're going to right click, let's say New. We're going to go down to Text Document, and we want to name it, My New Text press enter. All right. So we created files and folders. We're moving. All right, so now we're going to use the file explorer to navigate to the C folders users. In this directory, you'll see a folder named Images and another named Pictures. To copy the Images folder to the Pictures folder, we're going to right-click on the Images folder and select Copy. And then we're going to navigate to the Pictures folder by double-clicking on it, right-click, and we're going to paste it. So let's do all of that real quick. So we're going to start out with C users. Here's the C drive here, the users drive here. All right, so it wanted us to, so there we are where it told us to be. It wants us to navigate here by going to C users, and then we're going to, you'll see a folder named Images and another named Pictures. So we're going to copy Images to the Pictures folder. So we're going to right click on Images. We're going to say Copy. Right click on Images. We're going to say Copy. And then we're going to double click into Pictures, and we're going to right click here in this space, white space, and say Paste. And there it's going to be what we follow the instructions. We selected Paste. The system requests permissions, then you just continue, but it did not for us. The folder will now be copied to the Pictures folder. All right, so we can check our progress. And we see we got the 10 points for the first item that we completed, and then for the second item. So now we're deleting files and folders, so we need to get 30 of these points here. So now we're going to go through and perform this task to delete. All right, so we're going to navigate to the Documents folder in the File Explorer and the folder to be deleted. So we'll go to the Documents folder. Oh, we're going to go to Users Documents, okay. All right, we got a folder to be deleted and a file to be deleted, so let's do both based on the instructions. The folder will remain without the folder. It says, okay, let's see an example. We're going to navigate to the Documents folder and File Explorer. In the directory, you will delete the first folder called Folder to be deleted. So we're going to go here and we're going to right click on this, and we're going to choose Delete. All right, just like it said. So we're done with that. And then likewise, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to delete the file to be deleted. Right click, delete. We didn't receive a prompt to address. So that's it. The folder is empty now because we deleted both items it told us to do. We'll check our progress. Let's see where we got that done. And we see our point value over here. So we got all items completed. All right. And it has some other tips here that aren't required in order to complete it, but it's worth looking into. So once you have this done up to this point, before you end the lab, even if you wanted to, you could take a screenshot of this, but let's end the lab, and I'm going to say OK to that. It always wants feedback here, so And once that's done, it's actually the lab has finished itself. So we're going to take a screenshot of it's already, everything's already reset since we reset it, so that's not really what we want. This is back to square one. I'm going to close that, but if we go back to our area where we were working on it, our item is completed now. Just want to make sure you take a screenshot of that before you of the completed before you move forward. Let me see here. Here they are. And then you also have this graded quiz here you need to do as well. You can retake this quiz so many times as you want. Once you take the quiz, you'll have a score here. It'll be, for you, it'll be 100%, I'm sure. But you need to take the screenshot of that. Easy way to take a screenshot is to use the snipping tool. Just go here and do a search for it. You can use the snipping tool or the snip sketch, either one will work. Once you have that, matter of fact, I like using just the regular snip tool better. It's a little better. As far as I can tell, it's easier. We're just going to snip that there. It's going to take, you're going to have it. Your score will be better than 80%, as I imagine. You guys are all awesome students. We're going to save it somewhere that where we can find it. So I'm just going to say we're on the desktop. I'll just say doesn't really matter what you name it, just something that where you can find it, you know where it's located. In this case, it's on the desktop. I got that name. The reason we're doing this is you want to be able to submit in Blackboard that you completed it. So you go there to do the work, but in order to submit the work, you go here to Assignment Submissions, right? Changed. You're under here now. Then you click here. The first thing is Accessing Quick Labs, right? You're going to browse for that file, that little snip that you just took on the desktop. And what did I call that? I call it Accessing Quick Labs. Is that right? Let's see. I can't find my own file there. Oh, there it is. Okay, I saved it to the wrong place. But it's there now, so we're going to Accessing Quick Labs. There it is. You see where I'm submitting it here. You submit, and it'll be submitted. Mine gives a little different answer message back because I'm not a student. But for you, it will be submitted then, and you'll be good, and I'll grade it, you know. From that, we need to go back and do the lab again just to make sure you see how that worked. We got the lab done properly, but we didn't submit it properly. All right, it looks a little different for you, but when you go into it a little like this, right? We're going to start the lab. And as we're going through completing them, these little items are going to be completed here. You want a 10 out of 10, a 10 out of 10, a 10 out of 10, all of those. And once you see how I get to that here, you have this little 0 out of 30 or 0 out of or whatever points for the lab. You click that, and as you make progress, it'll we'll go through and do it again so you kind of see what I'm talking about here. Our first item here is through our introduction, right? And it tells us to start the lab, which we did. Now we're going to go to creating files and folders. We're going to navigate to the desktop, and we're going to click new folder, and then we're going to name it my new folder. All right. Here's the file explorer here at the bottom. Desktop, right click. I'm going to new folder. Be careful with capitalization and all that. Sometimes it'll count against you if you don't do it exactly like it asks. All right, so we did my new folder. What else we got going on here? We've got wants us to create a my new file. We'll name it my new text document. Choose text file. So once we get to the end of, we got those two things created, we can click check progress, and we want that to get green check mark. And once we got that green check mark, we also up here have gotten the first 10 out of 10, right? So you're going to do all of these until you get all of them complete with a green check mark, and you get 10 out of 10. And before you end the lab, what you have to do to get credit for it, Quick Labs, but to get credit for it from me, you need to do another snip. You're going to take the snip, and you want to take the snip to include the lab you're working on and the scoring. You want, in this case, I haven't done the whole lab again since I did it once before, but you want to do all the points that you can get be listed right here, right? You can even, you could even, if you wanted to, you know, it'll be, say, 30 out of 30 right there. You could do it to include that 30 out of 30 over there like that. We're going to save this on the desktop, and I'm just going to call it Lab 1. But you can name it, like I said, whatever you want, so you can recognize it, so that when you go to Blackboard, assignment submissions, go under here. This one is the first lab that we did here, files and folders and windows. I'm going to browse, I'm going to go to the desktop, and I'm going to look for Lab 1 right here, which shows the score that you got, and then you submit it. As long as you do it before the deadline, I'll see it and I'll give you the points for it. That's really all there is to doing submitting those. Now, the other items that you will be doing will be in Cengage. So let me show you that real quick. Cengage is a completely separate outside of Blackboard tool. But what I want you to see is the Cengage Mindtap link here. On Blackboard, it takes you here and it's got the instructions on what you need to do. Since you're just getting started, you're going to click on this link here and follow these instructions, and it's going to take you to the course that I've set up on Cengage. You need to have your code that you bought from the bookstore, your Cengage Unlimited code. The bookstore right now, for some reason, is confused about that. Don't let them sell you a Cirrus code or any other kind of code. Tell them you want a Cengage Unlimited code. And I have that actually listed for you right here in the syllabus underneath the textbook. You want Cengage Unlimited, right? Just make sure that that is what they require if they get you to do. If you have any questions about that, or that seems not to be working out, just give me a call. But otherwise, that's what you need, the Cengage Unlimited subscription. Once you have that code and then we follow the instructions using this link, you're going to be in Cengage, and I'll show you what that looks like. For our 149, I'm going to go into it here. My screen looks different because I'm an instructor, but I'm going to go to the screen that you'll see. All right, so you'll see this screen here with the lessons. I've got these lessons outlined on the schedule. So lesson 1, operating systems, is due by 8/22s, but what does it actually do? What do you need to be working on? Well, if you see lesson 1, operating systems, there's 8 activities, right? The ones that count toward your grade actually say that they count toward the grade. So you need to complete those, but you may feel comfortable or feel like you need to complete the others in order to have the knowledge you need to complete the ones that count toward your grade. This is going to grade the items inside Cengage, so you don't have to submit anything to me. Once you get it completed on here, I will pull, I will just keep up with the score inside Cengage, so you don't have to worry about submitting anything. Once you complete it, then you're done. But the schedule, what else does it show? That's it. Once you get that done, you get these 2 quick labs done, and you do the lesson 1 in operating systems, and you're done with the work that's due by Sunday night. I believe that is all I've got for you today. So let me, I'll have this video posted for you, but by the time you hear me tell you that it's posted, you will have already received a notice from Blackboard saying that it's posted. So just look for that. With that, I'm going to end video. Have any questions or comments, hit me up on email, call my office, and I'll do everything I can to help you. Have a good day. Thanks.